East Carolina's year in and year out got a very, very good ball club. So I think it speaks to the level of play that we played with this weekend, the fact that we were able to sweep all three ball games. The thing I was impressed about our club the most was the fact that all weekend the defensive intensity that we played with was pretty special. The fact that we didn't have an error in all three ball games. You know, if you throw strikes like we did on the mound and you handle the ball defensively like we did, you're gonna have a chance to win every ball game you're in. And certainly this ball game, the third inning, we were able to capitalize on some things, get some stolen bases, and get guys in runners in scoring position, and be a little bit more opportunistic maybe in that inning than we were yesterday. But overall, I thought it was a great day. I thought Brandon Waddell made a nice start, and it looked like he was in pretty good command other than maybe one inning. And Whit Mayberry was outstanding out of the bullpen and really just didn't give him a chance to breathe and get anything going. So.
When you went back and looked at last season, were you happy with the defense?
Well, I'll tell you, I last year defensively on our infield, I thought that if we wanted to be a championship club, that we would need to be better on our infield this year than we were last year. And, so far we're 7 games into this season, we're playing some pretty darn good defense. Obviously, we've got outfielders that can really run down the ball, 3 athletic guys out there. I think we got a good core of catchers behind the plate that do a nice job. And, so far 7 games in, it looks like our infield defense has improved. So, I think if you want to be a championship ball club, obviously it starts on the mound, but tied into that is playing really good infield defense. And I like what I've seen out of these first 7 games. Yeah.
Seemed to play that spot pretty well. Were you pretty impressed? What did that decision and pretty impressed by how it played out?
Well, I like John. I like John as a player. The challenging part that we have is we have a lot of good players, and it's tough to get everybody in there. But I felt it was time to give John his first start, and he's been a good soldier in this program and has done a nice job and worked really hard, and certainly he earned it today. He had 2 nice hits and handled a lot of balls at third base, and he looked like he'd been playing there his whole life. So I think it gives us a good option.
When did you start using him at third a little bit? I think he's kind of a middle infield guy.
Yeah, we've sprinkled him in there in the preseason. He spent half his time at second, half his time at third base. I believe he played a little bit of third base this summer up in the Northwoods League. But he certainly handled the position really well today.
Matt Thice raised his average to 353 today.
Oh, wow.
Is he one of the more natural hitters you've had here?
I tell you, I think Matt Thice has a chance to be a pretty special hitter. He's got a powerful left-handed swing. He showed today that he can make some adjustments on what pitchers are trying to do to him. And, I just felt like he, coming into the season, he was going to have a chance to really boost our lineup. And, when you've got a hitter of the quality of Derek Fisher, I think it's important to have somebody that is potentially equal of quality behind him, and Matt certainly has shown that today, and I think that he's going to do some really great things for us this year.
They were both involved in that play, the early innings at second base.
Mm-hmm.
Why did they send, I think it was Fisher, why did they send him back?
It's just the way that the rule is. It's the way the rule reads. Matt, unfortunately, he slid out of the baseline, and you can't do that in college baseball. You can do it in professional baseball, but in college baseball, you're required to slide right into the base, and he slid out of the base. The kid's, he's playing hard. He's a young player. He's playing hard, but I hated to see their guy go down because he's a good player. But that's what the ruling is.
After that, I think Caprice has a single, and obviously would have scored Fisher and get out of that inning without any runs. But then you come back with that 4-run third, and all those came with 2 outs. I think all 6 of your RBIs today were 2-out hits.
Yeah, that was an interesting inning, because the inning before was very disappointing in that we had runners on first and second, no outs, and Irving couldn't execute the bunt and then hits into that play. But certainly we responded and saw something that we were able to capitalize on. I believe maybe we had 3 stolen bases that inning, and we just kept being able to get a guy on and then get him to scoring position with the stolen base. So, the fact that it came with 2 outs, I'd love to see. We were playing at William and Mary the other night, and we scored a number of runs with 2 outs, and we didn't give the inning away. I think sometimes you might score 1 or 2 runs, and you think, okay, well that's pretty good this inning. You have an opportunity to continue to tack on, and certainly we did it that inning.
Coach, you moved Brandon back a couple of days from his usual spot.
Yeah.
How do you feel he made the transition?
Well, I feel Brandon Waddell did really well. I felt like he needed a couple of extra days. We really didn't have a choice, and we, made the move to do it. And I thought that he handled it really well. When you've got a chance to go for a sweep against a really good club, it's not an easy thing to do. And I thought he gave us a great quality start. Through the first part of the game.
Nick Howard looked comfortable to you
Mm-hmm.
in his new role?
I think he does. Nick's been out there, I believe 4 times now, and both the games this weekend, were in pressure situations, and that's what we've got to put him more in. So anytime right now that a game's close at the end, he's going to be in there, and I think there's still potential to put him in, as early as the 7th inning if we need to. But right now it's working out that Whit Mayberry's doing a nice job, Connor Jones is doing a nice job, David Rosenberger to hopefully get it to him in the 9th.
Moving Cogswell to 2-hole, was that something just kind of kept going a little bit?
I just know that Mike Pappy led off last year for back part of the year, and he did such a nice job. And I just thought really today, with putting Laprise in there, and I just thought we'd switch it up a little bit and take a look at it. So I don't know if it's something permanent, quite frankly. It's, I think they're both hitters. I don't know what it really matters who's leading off other than the first inning, and we'll see how it goes from there.
Brian, obviously the weather has something to do with it, but this is the largest crowd ever for February
Oh, really?
game here, and I think
Or
largest.
series, right?
And the series.
Serious?
Game and series.
Game and series for February.
Gotta be nice to look out and see that kind of crowd early in the year.
Well, it is. I think there's a lot of things that attribute to the kind of crowd. Number one is the beautiful weather, but we've sold more season tickets for going into the season than we ever have before. We feel like we've built a pretty good brand in this community. That Virginia baseball is exciting. It's fun to come out and watch, and certainly we couldn't do it without those fans. When you have a number of recruits in the stands like we did this weekend that are visiting us, it's nice to see that you have this kind of fan following, especially in February. And so it's great to see, and hopefully they just continue to get bigger and bigger.